CAG for JesusChristTrust.net. Let's talk about the angels getting cast out of heaven and some of the pieces of that puzzle. Okay. And really, I'm going to name this video 166337051 because those are the numbers of the process, right? In the beginning, everything's one, just God asleep. So that's the nothing. Those are like the trees, the sand, the water, on up through everything that doesn't have any ability to think for themselves, right? They're they're in the background gaining that ability to have consciousness and are being sent thoughts, but they have no actual consciousness. They're just an organic automaton, right? And that's the bottom stages. In the bottom stage of what I'll call one, God is one, right? Everything is just acting according to God's will automatically. Okay, it doesn't really know itself. God doesn't know itself. It exists. God exists, but doesn't understand itself and has the original whim to know self. And then that creates the apparent division of this whole game of reality that we find ourselves in. That's really an illusion that brings us right back to the consciousness of being one with God, which we actually never left. So the soul never leaves God. We're given a spirit that is reflected inside this crystal sphere that we find ourselves in, Earth, and in between Earth, right, we're either in heaven or hell, basically. The sun being heaven, the moon being hell. So, what's going on here? Who's playing what role? It's hard to figure out. Where do you fit in? What's your role, and how do you get out of your role and get out of this prison? Right, we're inside a crystal sphere. It's a prison, crystal Christ, right? Okay. But the God of this world, the Lord of hosts, is the devil. God's shadow is also in here, with us. And so let's just go to Revelation 12:4. His tail swept down a third of the stars of heaven and cast them to the earth. Okay, so so that makes them. There are always 33. There are 330 million of them. Okay, and Mayor Baba talks about that, but there are 330 million of the ones that are cast them to the earth. Okay, the swept down a third of the stars. Okay, they're down. They're cast into the firmament. The it's a marker. It's our soul. We're looking at our soul up there. Call it that. The star, and that's what we got to gain access to. That portal back to God. You see, even when Jesus came, there was a star in heaven. Oh, okay, that matches us. Okay, and now we got to get out of here. So 330 million, the stars of heaven cast into here, into earth. That's how many fell, right? In other words, an angel doesn't actually have full consciousness because it doesn't have the ability to choose. It doesn't have free will. It's given orders and it follows orders. Well, what happens? The creation of free will happens when an angel is given an order it just somehow can't automatically do. It has some other feeling than to automatically do it. And if you don't follow God's orders exactly, what happens, right? Oh, you think you know better. You get thrown down in under, right? You're cast under the dome. Oh, okay, go in there until you learn to follow orders. Okay, and so that's what you have to do. So the angels that aren't cast on earth, they're given their wings, so to speak, right? They're given their union with God, but they don't have any free will. God's trying to work it out, and so He's divided Himself into these angels, 660 million, right? Oh, okay, that's how many are left out of from the ones that are cast down and the ones that can be cast into the dome or out, right? They can pop in and out of here. So there are 330 million angels in here. The fallen ones earning their wings. There's 660 million that can come and go from here under God's choice, and they're here as well. But they already have their wings, so they're like on automatic, just performing the actions automatically as God. And then the fallen ones, they have to earn their wings back. So they're 33 levels to earn their wings back, and then once they're earned back, they become one of the 7,000 who won't kneel to Baal. It's in the Bible too. And then out of those 7,000, 5 are chosen to be the perfect masters that cause the end of time, and then everything is started. The 64-year time loop is restarted after the one day of judgment. There's one day of judgment day, and then during that day, everything eventually, all the spirits here pop back into the ether for 1,000 years, which equals the day here, and they are judged. What you earned higher, you earned your wings more, you go up a level. Okay, next time you play this character and you earn your wings, all right, you go to heaven, you go to hell, you get to play the game next time, etc., etc. That's when how'd you do in the game, it gets worked out. And so as individual souls are regained and the knowledge of the truth of our situation is regained, then another soul pops in from the bottom rung and begins the process. It's a never ending constant realization by God that is an illusion that it's actually happening, because time only exists inside these crystal spheres. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And it's there's a time differential between the spheres as well, you see. So outside of those 3 spheres, when the metaphor is, why is this happening, right? God had an original whim to know self, and so how to do that, right? You're all-powerful being. There's no separation. Everything is you. How do you know yourself? Well, you create the not self, right? You cage yourself and let yourself go free. Then you understand freedom. You understand the nature of yourself then. And so that's the system we find ourselves in. God had an original will to know self, and that's the stages of the game all souls have to go through to reach the end of the game and not have to play it anymore. So I'm in the number 5 spot before the 1 spot. That's my position. Where do you fit in? Okay.